Previously on the Sub 4 story. It keeps you up at night. The fear it won't pay off. The pain, the suffering, the sacrifice. But when the gun goes off, it all goes away. I shut my eyes with 50 to go. It seemed like it was over, but I thought I may have a chance. .05. He got me by .05. We closed in 56 around 4:12, so I couldn't hang my head too much, and I still had to run the 800. I didn't have much time to rest, so I tried to stay relaxed with the pack. Leading into the last lap, I was in a great spot. The pace was slow, and I had faith in my kick. I came off the turn in a dead sprint. I wasn't going to lose by .05 again. Just breathe. I caught him on the line. I was finally a state champion. Or was I? We went out too slow. Matt Chisholm stole the title from the slow heat. Second place, again. I was actually really happy about the final results at the state meet. My 4:11 qualified me for the New Balance Nationals outdoor meet, so we decided that would be my last race. Chris Alvarado ended up winning the national title, which was absolutely insane, and I finished all the way back in 17th. A disappointing finish to my best year of running. I was excited about taking some time off, and more importantly, talking to colleges. We went on a road trip that summer, touring around the East Coast schools like Virginia, Duke, NC State, UNC, and Wake Forest. They were some of the most beautiful schools that I had ever seen. But Michigan was always the school on my mind. I wanted to go there just like my dad did. I wanted to continue the Michigan legacy. Around this time, I got an email from the Georgetown University coach explaining his interest in me. I only really knew about Georgetown from Chris Alvarado, but I looked into the team and saw they had a bunch of sub-4 milers. This got me really excited. After talking to colleges all summer, I decided it was going to come down to Michigan and Georgetown. But for now, I had cross-country to worry about. My last year of high school cross, I made it a priority not to destroy myself in the early season. I ran with the pack in all of the dual meets. More than anything, I made sure to have fun. Running always came more natural to me when I had fun with my team. I wasn't going to let pressure get in my way. I started warming up in pajamas and crazy socks. I guess you can't knock it if it works. Alex had been healthy all season. He had become one of the top cross-country runners in the nation. All I was trying to do was compete for second at the Class L meet. I was trying to save energy to have a great race at the state open meet, but I needed to get something squared away first. Deep down, I knew Michigan wasn't for me, and I finally worked up the courage to tell my dad. I told him I wanted to pave my own path. To my surprise, he smiled. I committed to Georgetown the day before the state open meet. The state open meet had finally come. I wanted to prove to Georgetown that I was worth the investment. Alex took off and no one dared to go with him. Ari Clow was the second best cross-country runner in the state. My goal was to beat him. At 2 miles, Alex was way ahead, but I could tell that Ari and I were running an insane pace as well. What Alex did that day is something no one has ever come close to. This was his moment. He broke the Connecticut state record by over 30 seconds. I finally caught up to Ari with 200 to go. I gave everything in my body that I had left. My legs were gone. I left it all on the course. This was truly a special day for Connecticut running. Only 10 people have ever run faster than I did on that course that day. And Alex cemented his legacy as the greatest Connecticut cross-country runner in history. Track season is what I lived for. After cross country, I spent about 6 weeks getting super strong on my treadmill. At our home track meets, I would usually run a few different events to get a good workout in. We would have a lot of fun with our relay team at the end of home meets. Our coach was not a fan. But deep down, I was frustrated. I wasn't getting into any elite level meets. I felt like I was one of the most talented runners, but I was always under the radar. So I decided to do something about it. At our first invitational, I was racing the 1K on a flat 200-meter track. I wanted to prove a point. 2:28 in January. I was ranked number 2 in the nation. More importantly, I got invited to the New Balance Games. I was laser focused before the race. It was a rare opportunity to have been invited to this meet. As soon as the gun went off, I felt more confident than ever. Through 400, the pace was very slow, but I didn't care at all. The pace picked up through 800 and the pack began to string out. I was being patient. With 400 to go, I was exactly where I needed to be. There were 3 of us with a lap to go. I was waiting for the moment. The strength, the cadence, the speed, everything I had dreamed of doing was finally coming true. The time was only 4:15, but I qualified for the Millrose Games. I felt like I was unstoppable after that race. A week later, we had our FCAC East meet on our little gym track. I wanted the facility record, but I woke up a little bit sick. I shouldn't have raced, but I was getting greedy. I smashed the facility record with the 2:35, but immediately after the race, I started coughing nonstop and got a terrible fever. I left the meet early and thought I would feel better. 7 days went by and I hadn't left my bed. I had bronchitis. 2 weeks later, I did my first run, the day before the Millrose Games. My friends and family all came to see me race. I really tried to rally, but my body wasn't ready. It was a disaster. Last place. I was ashamed and embarrassed. I had a few more weeks to get healthier and stronger before the state open meet. I wasn't strong enough for the mile, so my focus was back to the 1K. When the day of the race came, I wasn't nearly as strong as I was a month ago, but my body was finding itself again. I got the job done, but I was exhausted after. New England's was a week later, and I thought I was finally getting back to form. My confidence was slowly coming back, so I decided to go with the leader. There was a chance to win with 50 to go, but I just didn't have it. My body was weak. I ran a PR, but it wasn't the way I wanted to end the season. I took a week off after indoor and felt terrible when I started up again, so I went back to the doctor. It was mono. I had had it all along. I was devastated when I found out I had mono. I was on such a roll that winter before I got sick, and it totally derailed my momentum. I was already committed to Georgetown, so it didn't really matter how I did in the outdoor season, but I was still upset. When I was able to start training again, my dad said I would have no time at all to build up a base. We came up with a crazy strategy. Instead of trying to build a base, we did exclusive speed workouts 3 days a week. I would do easy runs the rest of the days. At every single dual meet, I ran the 400 and the 4x4. My fitness was coming back incredibly fast. At the Danbury Dream Invite, I took a stab at the mile and it went shockingly well. I ran 4:12 off of almost purely speed workouts. The pain was unbelievable after that race, but I was building momentum fast. At our last dual meet, I decided to test myself in an 800. 152 all alone. The speed workouts got me there in less than 6 weeks of running. I begged my coach to let me run the 400 at our league championships. He finally said yes, but he told me I better win the thing. I had no real strategy except to run as fast as I possibly could. I made sure to push it really hard going into the turn. There is no thought in that final stretch. The pain takes over and everything goes white. I shocked everyone at the meet. I had proven my range once and for all. 1 week later, at the Class L Championships in the 800, I shocked everyone again. I shattered the state class record, but more importantly, I was going to the Brooks PR Invitational.